Welcome to the MindGreen, where we explore the world of our chaotic minds and the everyday challenges we all face in finding peace. We're not here to find answers. We're only here to soothe the storm that rages within our minds. We are so glad you're here. Truly, let's begin. Dreams are a mystery. A different world built from memories, emotions, fears, and random thoughts. Every night my only wish is to have a beautiful dream. A dream filled with hope, a dream filled with happiness. But what comes to me instead is a night full of nightmares. And don't believe anyone who says they have mastered the science of dreams. No matter what we study, no matter what we think we understand, we will never fully understand the mysterious world of dreams. Because some dreams don't feel like dreams. They feel like places you've been trapped before. They say the rabbit hole goes deep. What they never tell you is that sometimes you don't choose to fall. Sometimes the night opens its mouth and swallows you whole. And by the time you realize what's happening, you're ready inside. It starts the same way every time. A heaviness behind the eyes. The familiar pull of sleep. That moment where the world softens and you think, maybe tonight will be different. Maybe tonight I will just dream of something warm, something that doesn't chase me. But the dark has a memory, and it remembers me well. Every nightmare has a beginning. Mine always begins with him, the white rabbit. Before I even fall asleep, I already know they are waiting for me. Because every time I lose my temper, every time I argue with someone, every time I cry, every time I surrender to my pain, my grief, or my sadness, I know I will see them again. Not here, but in my sleep. It's almost as if they feed on everything I couldn't carry during the day. And when night falls, they come to collect it. The moment I step inside the nightmare, I know exactly what I'm about to face. And for a second, I just stand there, taking a deep breath, bracing myself for whatever terrifying thing is waiting for me tonight. Because this isn't my first visit. I've been here before, too many times before. And all I can think is, okay, here we go again. And that's when I see it. Small, white, impossibly still in the middle of all that moving darkness. A rabbit, not frightening, not exactly safe either. Just there, like a question a dream forgot to finish asking. It looks at me the way things in dreams look at you. Like it knows something, like it's been waiting. And for a moment, neither of us moves. Then, its ears twitch, its eyes widen, and for the first time it looks afraid. Not of me, of something behind me. That's when it whispers, "Run, they're coming. Follow me." And I don't ask who they are. I don't ask where we're going because somewhere deep inside me, I already know. So I follow. Past places that don't make sense. Past my old school, the halls where loneliness learned my name, past memories I thought I buried years ago, past the rooms and bathrooms that watched me cry in silence, past the faces of people who became the reason for my sadness, my fear, and my tears. And behind us, I can hear them, getting closer. The rabbit is faster than it looks. I am slower than I need to be. My legs feel heavy. The fear makes them heavier. And somewhere in the distance between us, in that space I keep trying to close, I realize something. The rabbit cannot save me. It knows the way, but it cannot carry me. It cannot fight my demons for me. It cannot outrun my nightmares for me. all it can do is keep moving and trust that I will too. Some nights, the rabbit seems to flicker, as if stew is made of something uncertain, something the dream might take at any moment. And I think, what if it disappears? What if I'm left here alone in all this shapeless dark, with nothing to follow and nowhere to go? The fear of losing the rabbit is almost worse than the darkness itself. The rabbit is the only thing here that feels like hope. Sometimes we stop running, we find ourselves in one of the rooms. A room that feels strangely familiar. Like I've been there before. Like it belongs to a memory buried somewhere deep inside me. I know I should recognize it, but my fear is louder than my need to remember. So I sit beside the rabbit. For a while, neither of us says anything. Then I turn to him and say, "You can go now. You don't have to protect me all the time. I'm used to this. I'm used to waiting for someone to wake me up. Please, let someone wake me up right now." And then I tell myself, it's okay. Sooner or later I'm going to need the bathroom. And when that happens, I will wake up. Hopefully. And that's when I start wondering, why can't I be sad the way I want to be? Why can't I let my anger out and say what I really think? Why can't I express everything I feel without being afraid of what I will see tonight? And sometimes I wonder if this is my punishment, if every tear, every argument, every piece of pain I refuse to carry quietly somehow follows me into the dark. But sitting there beside the rabbit, I begin to think, maybe I've been wrong. Maybe the nightmares aren't trying to punish me. Maybe they're trying to tell me something. Maybe my mind keeps bringing me back here because there are wounds it still doesn't know what to do with. Pain it couldn't make sense of while I was awake. Pain that keeps returning, wearing different faces in different rooms under different skies. And maybe this place isn't a punishment after all. Maybe it's my mind's strange and terrifying way of trying to heal itself. Maybe that's what hope is in a nightmare. Not a hand that pulls you out, not a door that opens easy, just something that keeps moving ahead of the darkness and doesn't look back because it already knows you're still running. If you have nightmares too, if the dark in your sleep has no shape but finds you anyway, know this. The rabbit doesn't have to be real to keep you moving. The wanting to follow is enough. The fact that something in you, even in the deepest dark, even in the worst of it, still reaches for the small white thing that might know the way. That isn't weakness. That is the most human thing there is. And then, nothing. No demons. No footsteps. No darkness. No rabbit. Just silence. And suddenly my eyes open. I'm back in my room, back in my bed. For a moment, I just lie there trying to remember what was real and what belonged to the dream. Then I hear a voice somewhere in the room, soft, distant, almost amused. هذه مين يقدر عليها? Who could handle this one? And before I can understand who said it, or who they were talking about, the voice is gone. The rabbit is gone. The nightmare is over. But for the first time that night, I smile. Maybe the rabbit made it out? Thank you for listening. I hope you found a piece of yourself in these words. See you in the silence between the noise until we meet again.